Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, I came out there that pushed this word in truth and in sincerity. A little quick testimony, it's some guy that I've been seeing that's recently popped up in the neighborhood. I take different routes to work. So mind you, this is 4:40 in the morning. I got to be to work at 6 o'clock. So I get I left my house a little early because I want to gas up. And when I got out of my house and I got to the gas station, I noticed that the gas station was kind of crowded. At 4:40 in the morning, I'm like, whoa, something is not right here. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I never seen this gas station crowded with cars waiting. That's what some kind of situations that's happening I don't know about, that people are panicking, but it wasn't anything like that. I'm gonna tell you why it was packed and crowded. It's this guy sitting in an Audi, blocking the entrance and the exit of. It's two ways to get into this gas station. He's blocking one of them. Now, the cars can't back up or make a U-turn because of the heavy flow of traffic of cars waiting to get gas. But this asshole was sitting there blocking the entrance and the exit to get out. So I gassed up. I'm going to work. I gassed up, so I drive, make a turn to get out, but I can't because this dude here is blocking the exit and the entrance of this gas station. He's not getting gas. He just parked there. So he see me come up behind him. He looks in his rear view window, the rear view mirror, and put his head down as if he's in his phone. But he saw me. He clearly sees me, but he's ignoring me. Now, immediately I recognize this cat from being in front of the Arab store all times of day, all times of night. Just being in front of the Arab store with a chair, sitting down, or if he's standing. Now, he's up to no good. A couple of times I've seen him. I take different routes to work. A couple of times I've seen him 4 something in the morning sitting out there in the rain in front of an Arab store. Because some of these Arab stores, they open 24 hours. So I'm saying to myself, this dude is up to, you can tell he's up to no good. So this is the same dude that's sitting in the car. I've never said anything to this dude, even though we crossed paths a few times. Supermarket, the fish market getting fish. Never said nothing to this cat. Now, the dude is blocking the entrance and the exit of the gas station. So I get out of my car. I don't say nothing to him. I recognize this Italian lady that I see every morning that goes to work, that's leaving at the same time I leave. And I know she's a nurse and she works at Albert Einstein Hospital. So we talk. And I get out of my car and I'm walking towards the Italian lady's Jeep, so I can ask her when she's leaving, so I can get up because I have to go to work. So when I pass by his car, the dude like, yo, what's up? What's popping? You good? So I'm like, I looked at him and he got this demonic stare in his eyes, like he looking for trouble. You good? So I just looked at him and I didn't say nothing to him. So I went to the Italian lady and asked her when she's leaving. And she was like, oh, I'm finished gassing up. She must have used her debit card, so she didn't go inside. Then she said, oh, I'm going to go get some chewing gum. I'll be right back. Then she was like, try not to get into no trouble. Sometimes people be looking for trouble out here. It's too early for that. I said, I'm going to work, miss. I'm not trying to get into no trouble with anybody. Sometimes you got to think for people. So when I said that, he looks up again. Because we was talking. He was right there when I said it. And now he's mean mugging me, grilling me. Like I said, this is the same dude that's always out there sitting in front of an Arab store. That same Arab store, either he's standing or sitting on a chair, up to no good. Out there all hours of the morning in the rain. He's out there. So he's selling some kind of drugs. He's selling some kind of narcotics. So you avoid people like that. So I get back in my car. Now, when I pass by, when I finish talking to the Italian lady and I go back to my car, this dude mean mugging me. That's looking at me hard, ice grilling me, looking for some kind of confrontation. So I'm not trying to get carnal with this dude. So I just get back in my car, wait for the lady to pull out, and I pulled out right behind her. And I have to glance on my side where the dude was at. He was mean mugging me, but he wasn't moving. He was just sitting there for whatever reason. He wasn't getting gas. He wasn't waiting for anybody. He was just sitting there blocking the entrance. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, slack for the rant. I just wanted to tell you the situation and how sometimes you got to think for others to avoid confrontation because them spirits are out there. For something in the morning, I am getting gas to go to work, and you out there blocking the entrance and the exit, and people have to go around you or wait for people to finish gassing up just to get out of the exit. There's an exit to the gas station, which is totally wicked. What are you doing? You're not getting gas, you're just sitting there. So, hey man, you gotta avoid confrontation with the 2/3 at all costs because them spirits are out there, them demons are on them, and they're looking to make you get carnal with them. Dude could have had a gun in the car, who knows? But I ignored them, I just kept it moving. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. And it reads, "Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets." Here you are, you got these Arab stores open 24 hours. You got these niggas standing in front of the Arab store. Ain't doing nothing but up to mischief, up to no good, selling drugs, smoking weed, or shooting dice. For something in the morning. You should be in your house sleeping or getting ready for work like I'm doing. So it says, this is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20, "Thy sons have fainted." Talking about the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It says, on down to Issachar be doing that shit too. "Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in the net." Like I said, out there gambling, selling drugs, drinking, listening to music, into their mischief. And I've been hearing this word a lot. They call it demon time, whatever that means. When you look that phrase up, it's talking about getting into all kind of mischief, doing things, wilding, doing things out of your character. So you gotta avoid dudes like that. You gotta avoid people like that. It says, "Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in the net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power." It says they are full of the fury of the Lord, because at any given time, judgment could come upon them. They can get put to death. They're out there in their mischief anyway. So judgment could come upon them at any time. They can get locked up by police. If I notice he out there, you don't think police notice that he's out there? If I have a hunch of what he's doing out there, you don't think police have the same hunch? Jake is just bugged out and gone, man. Just bugged out and gone. And like I said, I've been seeing this dude recently in the neighborhood. I have never seen him prior to like the beginning of spring of this year. Now I've been seeing him. Maybe he moved in with a chick. Maybe he got his apartment over here. I don't know. He just popped up. I never seen him before. And I've been living in this neighborhood for quite some time. You know? So, yeah, he's one of them cats that's hanging out in front of the Arab store full of the fury of the Lord. Because judgment is coming, man. You think judgment is not coming? The Lord have a special death for you niggas out there, man. 2 Ezra 8:50. "For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the works they have walked in great pride," man. So great miseries are coming, man. And what do these jakes know? They don't have a clue what's going on, man. They don't have a clue what's going on. A scripture that's popped in my mind, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. "My people are foolish for them." Let me read it real quick. Let me get it. These people are bugged out and gone, man. I mean, god damn. You know? I'm walking by. I'm trying to get gas, and this dude trying to get into a conversation with me. I'm trying to leave to go to work, and this dude looking like he wants some kind of confrontation with me, like he's looking to start some kind of trouble, which I avoided. It says, this is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And you can tell this dude with his baseball cap is fitted on, and he has dreads, so the baseball cap is like sitting on top of the dreads. And with shades on. Here it is, in the dark of night, in the wee hours of the morning, you got shades on. There's no, you can tell that dude is bugged out in his mind. He's blackened in his mind. He's bugged out. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten thy law, the law of thy power. I will forget thy children. And he's one of them men that don't know the Lord, that don't care to know the Lord. It's out there doing all kind of mischief. Now I pose this question. What individual is going to be out there in the wee hours of the morning with shades on and it's dark as night? You can tell that dude ain't right in the spirit, man. And the times I ran into him that, they have runners with him, like for instance in the fish market, when I was getting some striped bass. I didn't say nothing to the dude, but it's like he always like eyeballing me, screwing me, like, eyeballing me, mean mugging me for whatever reason. I don't know. So when I was driving off, I said, maybe he ran across one of my videos. He didn't like what I said, so now he don't like me. I don't know. Maybe he saw me teaching down the highways and the byways. I don't know. But every encounter I had with this dude, it was like he was like someone looking for a confrontation with me. Screwing his eyeballing me. I'm ignoring the dude. I don't know. I don't know this guy, but this dude's got serious problems. But the Most High got a remedy for a man like that. The Lord Yahweh Shah has a remedy for a man with mental issues such as looking for conflict, looking to get carnal, swift to shed blood, swift to go to run to evil. The Most High has a remedy for that, man. And that remedy is Ezekiel chapter 21. Let me get that real quick. Verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. What's that sword that's being sharpened? That sword that's being sharpened is these military groups, whether they the UN troops, Gurkha troops, Interpol, International Police Force, the National Guard. They out there sharpening that sword, practicing for the day of martial law, for the day where they're going to besiege these cities and lock it down. And it's going to be a lot of bloodshed during them times, because a lot of Jakes is not going to comply. When I mean Jakes, I'm talking about Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're not going to comply right away until them bullets stop flying and cutting them down. Then they're going to start complying and wanting to get in order and wanting to seek the Lord. But it's going to be too late. It says, Ezekiel 21 verse 9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. Because that's what's going to happen. Once Esau start showing his horns and bringing that great wrath, pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12, because he know he have a short time. His rulership is coming to an abrupt end. And abrupt end, he's going to come with that violence. And that's the Lord dealing with Esau. That's the Lord on the left-hand side, using Esau, the left hand, which is Esau, to create these, to commit these atrocities. This is the judgment of the Lord coming down upon the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Lord's not going to have no mercy on you 2/3, man. The Lord's gonna have, he's not gonna have no mercy on you. Because whenever it's time for you to repent and come back to the Lord, you refused. You scoffed and you scorn now, your judgment is coming. So it reads, it is sharper than make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Shall we then make mirth? Right now, we're in this so-called holiday season of Esau, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Then after New Year's, Valentine's Day, and then Easter. So it's pagan festival after pagan festival that's coming up. So these jakes are worried about Black Friday, how they're going to swarm these stores. They're worried about Christmas and New Year's and things that don't have no real value to them in this life, man. It says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he have given it to be furbished. Who's he? Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah? And he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hands of the slayer. Who's the slayer? Esau, Edom. Started with Esau, Edom. But you got other nations that hate the shit out you as well, Jake. And meanwhile, you hanging out in front of these Arab stores. These Arabs don't give excuse my language, two fucks about you, Jakes, man. Any given chance, they're going to try to sleep with your women behind your back. And if anything go down, and police ask them for that footage, you think they're going to try to protect you? Or they're going to protect their business? They're going to give police that footage. And that's going to be your ass. But Jake don't see that. Going back to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, our people are destroyed for, it says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Jake don't have a clue what's going on. They actually think that these Arabs, they cool with them because you hang out in front of their store and sell your drugs. Meanwhile, the camera is rolling and everything is being filmed. And if need be, they're going to give that footage to the police. Shows you how much sense Jake has, man. What is it? Jeremiah 4:22. My people are Sodom's children. Let me get that real quick. I don't want to butcher it. I'm make sure that's the verse. That's the chapter and the verse that I'm looking for. Slackies, bear with me. Jake is gone, man. This is let me see. Oh, yeah, this is, yeah, exactly. This is Jeremiah 4, verse 4:22. For my people are foolish. Let me slow down. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children. And that word Sodom means stupid. They are stupid children. You out there selling drugs in front of an Arab store and there's surveillance cameras all over the place. You don't think, like I said, once again, you don't think a police request for them Arabs to get them that footage, they ain't going to give it to them? Of course they are. It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil out there selling drugs, committing all kind of adultery, gang banging, doing evil. But to do good, they have no knowledge. They don't have no clue of what it is to be a righteous man or to strive for righteousness. They don't have no clue, man. They don't have no clue. Why? Because they're part of the 2/3 and they slated for destruction. They slated for destruction. And guess what? The Lord's going to allow Esau to bring that destruction upon you. And that's going to be judgment from the Most High. Using Esau, using his left-hand side, which is Esau, the so-called white man. It says, Ezekiel 21, verse 11, and he have given it, that he is Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, and he have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it to the hands of the slave, which is Esau, Edom. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. Who's the Lord's people? You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It says, Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors. Terrors by reason of the sword. It said, terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon the thigh. That's what's coming. That's what's coming. Death, destruction, terrors. That's what's coming. That's what's coming down the pipe. And you people have not a clue what's going on. And that's why the Lord's not going to show you 2/3 no mercy, man. There should be no mercy to the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you're stupid. The Lord appointed 4 kinds of death for you people, man. The Lord appointed 4 kinds of death for you stupid niggas out there. This is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, Moses represents the Lord, Samuel represents the prophets, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. How did the Lord cast us? How did the Lord cast us out of his sight? The Lord has his eyes upon Jerusalem. The Lord dispersed us and scattered us throughout the 4 corners of the earth. This happened during the time of 70 AD. Whether 65 up to 70 AD, that's when the real destruction came upon Jerusalem. It says, then said the Lord, Jeremiah 15 verse 1. It says, then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword. That's what's coming. Death, the sword, and we're going to read some more. It says, and such as for the famine to the famine. And that's a horrible way to go, man. That's a horrific way to go out, man. By the way, a famine, starving to death, that's a horrific way to go out. That's a part of the plagues. That's going to plague you 2/3. It says, such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity, because a lot of you jakes are going to get snatched up and get put in them concentration camps. They're going to be snatched up and tossed headfirst to a concentration camp. Which could be anything. It could be one of these Walmarts. It could be a stadium. It could be they could use the Barclays. Yankee Stadium, Shea Stadium. They could use any stadium because this is what they're going to do in the time of martial law. This is it says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay, the dogs to tear. You better believe. When all hell break loose and them zoo animals, them jackals, which are dogs, wild dogs, another breed of wild dogs, hyenas, and different zoo animals that's trapped in these zoos, in the Bronx Zoo, Brooklyn Zoo, Central Park Zoo. They're going to be unleashed, and they're going to be having a good time on you niggas, spicks, and wetbacks who choose not to get right with the Lord. It says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to appoint 4 kinds of deaths on you niggas, where the dogs and the fowls of the heavens are going to have their fun. They're going to have a good meal. Expect no mercy from the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. When the time comes for the Lord to bring that culling on the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are just simply not right, man. And death and destruction comes from the Most High. Let's not make that mistake. Death and destruction comes from the Most High. The Lord orchestrates all that, man. You know? This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bring down to the grave and bringeth up. You see? Let's read it again so it can sink in to your hard-headed ass. The Lord, this is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bring down to the grave and bringeth up. You see that? For further proof, let's go get more proof. For further proof that the Lord killeth and maketh alive. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword, I mean that word wet means to sharpen. My glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment. You see that? Judgment is coming. Expect no mercy. The Lord's not going to have no mercy on the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There will be no mercy for the 2/3. It says, if I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and reward them that hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood. That's talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles, and hypersonic missiles, and supersonic missiles that's going to be shot off. Also, concentrated fire when Yahweh shall crack them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. It says, I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives. From the beginning of revenge upon the enemy. And 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are truly the enemies of the Most High Yahweh, while Yahweh shot, as well as Esau and the other nations. And you're going to die the death of the wicked. So with that, I'm going to end this, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.